Everybody, I am terribly sorry. Actually thought this thing had went live, and it hadn't. So I am deeply sorry that I'm late. So let's get right down to it. I'm going to do a giveaway here. Let's see here. Your name. And this person has been a great supporter of the channel, and I couldn't think of anybody else that deserved it. So congrats, you won $50 in BTC. Leave your Bitcoin address. Make sure it's receive, and put it down below. Once I get it, I'll send you the Bitcoin, and I'm probably going to do another giveaway here in just a little bit. So let's jump into it. You got 401k hardship withdrawals hit record high. Another indicator that we're probably getting close to the bottom. Same thing happened back in '08. Remember Jim Cramer telling everybody to sell? And then it was the greatest buying opportunity that probably the world had ever seen, besides the pandemic low. So let's get into it. Do this all over again. So this is kind of what I got for the SPX, the S&P. So either we're going to come up here and break above this and find support here before going higher, or we're going to retest this again as resistance and then smacking it back down here, coming back up, and then testing this as resistance and then following it back down. So what you kind of want to see, and this falls in line with several other stocks that's kind of hit this pre-COVID high. This is kind of what you want to see, right? Let inverse head and shoulders on the bottom, right? Left shoulder, bottom, right shoulder, right, up, or an M pattern, or a big falling wedge. The one thing you don't want to see is like a, like this, right? It's like a bearish W pattern, right? And you can see it on the NASDAQ here, right? Boom, boom, boom. And I think the NASDAQ's lining up for the same thing. Same thing for the Dow Jones. That's kind of what I think will play out. VIX looks like it's ready. It's ready. Coinbase. Got rejected here. Had a little fake out, trying to get above that. Come right back down. It's going to bounce here, and then I think what will end up happening is you'll probably see something like this. Gosh, man, TradingView is acting. Yeah, so you're going to come back down here and probably break that bottom, and then I think the target's still $8-9. And it's not like I'm shooting on Coinbase, right? You got to understand the SEC's coming down on crypto. Chances are they're going to target Circle and Coinbase staking program, and they're going to have to spend tons of money in court, and it's going to drag this thing out for a long period of time. So it's going to impact the stock price, profitability. Meta, I am super bullish on Meta. Not here though. I think we're going to come down and fill this gap. I ultimately still think we're here between 35 and $40, maybe 70. And And you might say, Beefy, are you crazy? It's $178 right now. What are you smoking? I could be wrong. But right now the narrative is their VR headset stuff can't pull the rope. Facebook and Instagram's kind of plateaued to a certain degree. But I think Zuck is ahead of the curve, and Meta will rule the roost one day. So I'm buying heavy if we get down to those levels. Robinhood, don't touch it. Next. Tesla. Everybody's going crazy on Tesla. And I get it. It's part of my long-term strategy. So don't say, Mr. Beefy, you're just hating on Tesla. Everybody hates on Tesla. No. Quite opposite. I am bullish on Tesla. I'm bullish on the EV sector. So take your hate elsewhere. But what we just did with Tesla is retest the neckline of a Head and Shoulders. I know, right? It's going to. I know, buddy. It's got rejected off the neckline. And listen to this. I think the bottom for Tesla is $69. Imagine if Bitcoin topped out at 69 and Tesla bottomed out at 69. 420. The iron, like, you couldn't write the stuff any better. But look, long term, I'm a believer in Tesla. I'm a believer in all things EV, silver, nuclear power, all that stuff. Boom time. Amazon, honestly and truly, I wouldn't touch Amazon. Value proposition's not there anymore. When you're looking as a retail buyer, you look at the Amazon, their TV stuff is okay. Thank you. I was drinking some mango stuff out of San Diego. Wish I had the name for it. It's fantastic. It was dangerous. Yeah, the value proposition for Amazon is not there, in my humble opinion. The fee they charge, the deliveries have become increasingly later. Like, instead of 2 days, you're getting it 5 days, at least in my area. And look, when people are, you've seen the report there, right? 401k hardship loans are at all-time high, right? People are having to make tough decisions. Do you honestly think that they'll keep a $200 Amazon subscription? Maybe. I don't know. I doubt it. Time will tell, but I'm not touching Amazon. Vance Auto Parts, this is the one I was buying on a prior video. This is a counterweight to my EV play. You've got a gap here, right? I still think we come down lower. In my opinion, this is an opportunity for me to add to my long position, and this will be a counterweight to the EV play. So you got $1.52 trillion of car debt, and then on top of that, most of that car debt is upside down, so people can't easily trade in and out of it. And with the cars increase, I think the used car prices increased 4.5%, and the average interest rate's like 10% now. People are going to be forced to hang on to those cars for longer, right? And what do they need if they're having to hang on those things for 7 years? Repairs, right? So the advanced auto part play pays almost 4%, which is what a CD would cost if you put $100,000 in it. You're getting that back, right? And then you're exposing yourself to upside in a potential recession. Please understand my madness, right? Well, like when you see it. And then while I'm doing that, right, I'm building my EV position, because when my long-term advanced auto part play runs out, say 5 to 7 years, I want to cash that in and look to redeploy that into EV infrastructure stuff. And especially like chips, semis. I really like what Intel's doing. You know what? Let's look at Intel. I don't even have that on the list. Shame on me. Oh, oh my gosh. That looks horrible. But people are buying. I mean, that thing could come down. Ooh. Be careful. It could come down. Let's just say worst case scenario, right? Gosh, TradingView, you suck. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my gosh, man. You can't even look at this stuff. All right. Let's just, you could lose half, right? And here's the thing with you got to watch out for with doomsday bears. Everything to them is a bear flag. Everything. And you look at it and you're like, wait a minute. Your bear flag takes us down to like a negative $100. So you're telling me that they're going to pay me $100 to buy the stock? Sign me up. It don't work like that. So this next market downturn, it's almost impossible to find a bottom. Me personally, I want to start really getting heavy in it. Like really getting heavy in it. If I lose 10%, 15%, I'm all right with that, because I know I'll make it back. Google, damn it. It's coming down. It's going to test this area here, but I think we break down from there. And we'll either hold here, or we could fall down to $64. But either way, to me, that's I'm bullish on Google, so I'm just gonna buy. So John Deere, it's toppy. This is kind of what I think will happen. Get a little A, B, C, and there's a little bit of Cheeto support here. I don't think it holds. I think we break. And I think this right here will hold. And I think at $172, that would be a fine time to buy John Deere. Especially if we start rolling a infrastructure bill out here in a couple of years to jumpstart a stagnant economy. And you know, this is what I've noticed. You either got extremely bearish people or extremely bullish people. Everybody on this channel knows this is not what we're about. We're realistic. If you get butthurt when someone gives you the goods and the bad of a stock, probably not your channel. But I think the most likely outcome is a stagnant economy. And in a couple of years, whatever that may be, maybe a new president, we're going to have some kind of infrastructure bill, and I think it's going to be good all the way around. And I think John Deere could definitely make some money. Let's see here. ChargePoint, EV charging station company. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, we could come down and retest this $8 or something like that, $7.99 or whatever, but eventually we're getting ready to break out of this. And you got to think, a lot of these stocks has already put in, like, from peak, look at that, 85%, 84%. I mean, come on, man. A lot of these stocks, just like in crypto, there's a lot of stuff that's already bottomed. I looked at Flow, and I think Flow's bottomed. I think ChargePoint's getting close. I think it's probably bottomed. Time will tell, but I mean, I'm probably going to buy some tomorrow, to be honest with you. Just assume I will. I posted the advanced auto parts where I bought, but Microsoft. I think Microsoft is a great indicator stock of what the traditionals are doing. You got this like bearish W pattern here. You come up, you got rejected here. I think you come back down and try to hold this as temporary support here. You come back up, and you're either, just like the traditional markets, you're either going to bust them up, come back down, back test this as support. What was past resistance is future support, right? And then we're off to the races. If that doesn't happen, we're going to get rejected, and the composite operator, the market maker, is going to say, okay, retail has run out of steam. It's time to crash it back down and see if they'll panic sell it so the big boys can accumulate more. That's how markets work. Palantir is ripping. I heard it's like up 20% in the aftermarket because of it actually made money. And they're actually supposed to make money for the rest of the year. I'm actually interested in it. I think it's got a decent service. I don't like the fact that most of its business is with the United States government. I'm not saying because, I mean, I'm American, but you want to diversify your business, right? And between the United States and Europe, maybe South America, outside of those, in dealing with each little countries or whatever, how much can you really penetrate there, right? I don't think they really have a corporate side sales team. Apple, I think we are on the 3/4 ways to hell. Same thing as traditionals, right? I think this is falling behind the traditionals. But you got to think, right? The more money that's in the stock, the slower it turns. People are blown away by crypto, but you got to understand, like, it trades 24 hours a day. There's not a whole lot of money in it, so the liquidity is not as good, and the markets just move a lot faster. Apple has almost become like a money market account, or there's almost new growth. But I think same thing. We'll come back down, test this support, probably come back up, retest it again. If you can't bust up, so that's $71, $82. Anybody got any requests on the stock side? I was going to look at silver and gold. Let's look at gold here. Gold. Look, this right here is key. If we break below this, then that would, in my opinion, invalidate the inverse head and shoulders. If we can break through this, it's go time. Like, buckle up. However, if we get rejected here again, that's not good. That means we're falling right in line with the other embassies, and we're probably going to come back And this could end up being like a mass. I don't know. I think the narrative is there for gold, but we'll see. We'll see. Just, what is it? 1845 and 90? Keep that on your alert if you're a gold bug. Silver, same thing. Like, we're operation critical. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't give a hoot. I don't care if silver goes to $10. I'm stacking it. And it's not because I'm down in my doomsday bunker. No, the world is going to need silver a lot more than it will need gold. And there will be a short supply on silver. I personally think that you'll get a premium for turning in your silver coins so they can melt them down. That's where I think. But some doomsday bears will say, silver's going to $2. What are you talking about? Nobody wants silver. Everybody wants my Rolexes. Rolex market busted, Tommy. Busted. All right. Let's go to Bitcoin here. I might do another giveaway. Man, nothing's really changed. If you're new to the channel, I'm still... And look, and this pains me to say this because I made most of my wealth off of Bitcoin. Gosh dang it. Get out of the way. Trading View, man. It is horrible tonight. Horrible. Anywho, so this is back in 2018. So if this plays out, this is how it would probably behave. Now, hopefully this catches a bid right here and we end up with like a little inverse head and shoulder, and that's our bottom period, and then we're off to the races, right? What I think will end up happening, this is painful on my end. I take no pleasure in saying this. I hope that happens. But I'm prepared for Bitcoin to go down to like $8,000. Stinks. And a lot of altcoins to get obliterated. Let's see here. Let's look at a couple altcoins here. Avalanche popped out of this little descending wedge. I actually thought it was going to break down from here. I think ultimately we ended up at that $4.50 to $5 range ultimately. But a bust out, it was expected. I mean, I wasn't shocked. I knew some of this stuff would do that. The whole market's doing the same thing, and it's going to follow Bitcoin, and Bitcoin's going to follow traditional markets. Anybody that tells you that Bitcoin is in a whole nother world or a whole nother hemisphere or whatever, it doesn't trade with traditionals or whatever, they don't know what they're talking about. The big boys can make Bitcoin move. Now, Bitfinex and Binance and Saylor and stuff like that own a lot of the supply, and they can move the market. But there's a lot of people with a lot of money that can trade, that can move it too. So don't think for a second that Bitcoin doesn't follow traditional markets. Let's look at Binance. So, I do think this is a head and shoulders. I think the ultimate bottom for BNB is $38. I think we'll wouldn't be surprised at all to see a move back up to like 308. If that's an inverse head and shoulders, wouldn't shock me a bit. I still ultimately think we're heading down here. I mean, there's zero support here, and we busted below this line twice. Come back up, and I get what they're doing, right? Some acquisitions and some other things. It's a hot mess. $39. That's what I'm looking at. Link. Wouldn't be surprised $2 to $3 link. Oh, I looked in here. Matic. Man, Matic looks like it's just like on meth or something. Let's see here. Ethereum. Ethereum. So here's everybody thinks that BUSD will be the only, Paxos is the only targeted coin. SEC will send a notice to Circle. Circle will probably bend over backwards to stop a Wells notice. But I don't see how the SEC sends a notice to to Paxos and not sends it to Circle. They're doing the same thing. Circle buys a security and then turns around and offers yield. And I'm just shooting you guys straight. I used to be one of those guys that said FUD, 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 FUD. And then I learned from the other OGs that wasn't FUD. Don't be stupid. Take the money and run sometimes, right? With BUSD, with Paxos there, if Circle gets it, then Coinbase has to delist USDC and the trading pairs along with it. It will, anything that doesn't have a USD trading pair will get devastated. So if you do hold altcoins, go to Coinbase and see if they have a USD trading pair. If they do, you're okay. If they don't, think about things, right? I could be wrong, but I'm just saying there's nothing wrong with being with playing safe, right? USDT, look, man, it's a roll. Any morning you could wake up and the USDT could be banned in America. So why risk it, right? And the goal of this channel is to keep you guys safe, make you money, and at the same time not fleece you for money like these other con artists. All right, here. Let me see here before we wrap it up. I'll tell this one guy he won money. Let's see here. Let's see here. Why doesn't it show me going live? Drives me bonkers. All right. Jeffrey, are you a subscriber? Respond. Might have something for you. If not, I want to draw a name here. All right, man. I tried. All right, sir. You want $50? Say $50 in Bitcoin. Please leave your address below. So please make sure when you leave your address, make sure it's the Bitcoin receive address in your wallet. If you need to go set up a wallet, that's fine. Take your time. You've won it. I'm not going to take that away from you. But go set up your wallet. When you get the Bitcoin, all right, man. All right. How about St. Jude? Does that work? All right. That's what we'll do. We'll do it St. Jude. All right. About to wrap it up. Till the next one. Beep you out. See you, gang.